So, welcome to the Ghostwire Prelude, the corrupt case files. Oh, I loved Ghostwire Tokyo. I've been waiting to play this one. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Is that our boy? Rinko. God damn it, Rinko. Erica? No one wants to talk about it, but it's all that's on anyone's mind these days. Mysterious things are happening around Shibuya. Man, Shibuya is one of the cities I want to visit. Sightings, attack, disappearances, fear. Excuse me? I can't believe people would just interrupt me like that. Settings, attacks, disappearances, fear. How is a kid supposed to be a kid at a time like this? I don't know. Look at the past and tell me how did kids be kids back in the past? I mean, just look at American history where you had breaching parties where boys would wear women's clothing up to a specific age because men's clothes was too expensive and your legs could stick out of a dress for longer. Yeah, like, all throughout history, how are kids supposed to be kids? He's not, you do here. I've seen this a lot. A lot of people always ask, like, why some phones come with the keychain loop, like, who would put their phone on a keychain? And it's not so much of that, you put the little characters on your phone. My case had is it, whatever. My case adds it, and, I'm, like, almost in the same exact spot. I have the, Nord 7T Pro. Sisters really live among us? The case files say that yes, they absolutely can and do, according to this one. A lady called me about a missing person who vanished from the bathroom of her apartment. Usually I brush it off as another runaway, but after seeing the crows circling above her apartment, I had a feeling there'd be more to this. The corvids, huh? Be really nice to corvids and crows. Black stains on the front door verified my hunch. It turns out that I'm the only one that can see these black stains. The lady who lived there and showed me and made no sign of noticing it. She showed me the bathtub and gave me a play-by-play of what happened. Her boyfriend was taking a bath longer than usual, and so she went to the bathroom to check on him. When she opened the door, her boyfriend was gone, and for a short instant there was a reflection of an old shrine on the surface of the bathwater. I rubbed my fingers on the rim of the bathtub, and there was a transparent, sticky, slime-like substance on it. A reflection of the shrine shone on the water's surface. I'll need to talk further with my team about this incident to see if these things ring any bells. I purged the black stain on the front door and then left the scene. Poor lady. What will she do now? What can any of us do? KK. Unable to shake the idea that monsters are all around him, Ryota navigates on his phone to a document called the Marunouchi Vanishing. The language is complicated, but he works to understand it. It says, yeah, I can't even say that. The story my contact told me was that they saw the woman one day when the fog rolled in. It blanketed the area and then poof, she was gone. Things like these make me wish a certain somebody was around. Come to think of it, the fog and these disappearances set the scene from when I first met the rest of my crew. Everybody kept talking about folks just up and disappearing, and I thought it was a load of horseshit. It wasn't until I met them and until my encounter that I believed it. Ever since then, I've been haunted by what I would have once called hallucinations. Turns out being able to see spirits and monsters isn't fantasy movie nonsense after all. Guess I should be thankful, because otherwise I wouldn't have seen through that monster taking the form of that woman. She made a bunch of red orbs appear that chased me around. I knew So long as I didn't let myself get surrounded, I'd be okay. She was a nightmare to look at, so I put her out of her misery. When I searched the scene, I spotted a woman's handbag, found the missing lady's ID cards in there. Then I came across some clothes that looked like they would have been hers. They were in a little pile, but the way they had fallen made it clear her body had just vanished. Interesting. No mistaking whose handiwork it was either. I'd finally managed to get my hands on a solid enough lead to work with. KK. Ryota's concern brings him to a mysterious case file posted online. It's titled The Kiragoka Vanishing. He reads it to himself the best he can. Same. Having tracked another report of dark fog to the area, I arrived to find it had passed, leaving dreary rain hanging over the neighborhood. Ooh. At the scene, all we found were the clothes of a mother and a son, left behind like two molted cicada shells. It's hard to even imagine a parent and her child just gone, precious lives snuffed out forever. My heart sank knowing that I had failed to protect them. It was the worst feeling I'd ever felt. As if on cue, the rain started pouring down. Heavier and heavier it fell with each passing minute. But I couldn't be bothered to take out my umbrella. I couldn't be bothered to take out my umbrella. Sheesh. That's when the obvious culprits returned to the scene of the crime. A group of monsters that had umbrellas of their own, as if rain. A group of monsters that had umbrellas of their own, as if rain followed them wherever they go. I was furious. I brought hell down onto them at that very moment. They tried to protect themselves with the umbrellas, but I just kept pounding on them until they were battered and broken. So exhausted I could have fallen over at any moment, but my utter wrath kept me going. As I picked up to leave, I still refused to open up my own umbrella. I walked away, rain pouring and soaking me to the bone. KK. In these posts, the kid had found something, or rather someone called KK has been looking into these monsters in this part of town. A believer, just like Ryota. Ryota. Social media would never lie, and that means KK is an expert, maybe the expert in all things paranormal. He is the expert. Look at that face. There's only one thing left to do. Report over every story, post, and gritty photo about local monsters he could find. Ryota prepares to take action. I'm gonna ask this KK guy for help. Just gotta figure out where he lives first. Sagasu. Oi. You're Mr. Investigator person. Well, are you? I am not good. I need your help. Monsters got my best friend, Sosuke. Rinko sits up in her chair. She's zeroed in on one of a dozen monitors from across a makeshift command center stuffed into this cramped Tokyo apartment. Feel that. It happened near. Well, I'm not in Tokyo. I'm not in an apartment either. It happened near the manhole. Please help me get. I guess I don't feel it. I only have 4 monitors. It happened near the manhole. Please help me get him back. They'll file across the screen seemingly too much. Charts and graphs, maps, mathematical equations, even social media feeds, and open case files. Please, like these would just be file managed. Maps, math. Okay, somehow though, through all of those screens and all of the clutter, Ryota's message catches Rinko's eye. Sounds desperate, but it could just be some bored kid trolling us. Calm and confident, Rinko insists on balancing compassion with skepticism in her analytical approach. On the other hand, that manhole is within the vicinity of several recent incidents. Maybe he is involved. She knows what she thinks, but she also knows no one can protect Tokyo all by themselves. Trusting her teammates is the only way to keep everyone safe. What do you make of it, Ed? Ed squints and takes a single breath as he turns to the screen. He has something to say, but holds it back. Technology is easy, people are hard. Instead of speaking up, he places a small recorder on his desk and presses play. And as the audio begins to roll, Ed turns and walks away. Yeah, Ed was the one that never spoke, right? You would only hear him through like the phone and stuff. I've heard intriguing stories about so-called manhole girls in Japan, vengeful ghosts of bullied students said to trick other children into following them into the sewer. Man, Japan, they just do horror different, man. It's like Korea. Korea just does horror different. Found the time to record something this specific about single urban legend that you want to look into it. Ed is already engrossed in other work. He doesn't respond. He certainly doesn't notice when Rinko rolls her eyes. He rarely does. Probably best we have no idea how you spend your free time, huh, Ed? Erica has been sitting next to Rinko this entire time, listening and waiting for the right time to chime in. That is, now. Want me to check it out?
Yeah.
I don't think so, Erica. It could be dangerous. What if something happens to you? Seriously? You still don't trust me to go out by myself for 5 minutes in the middle of the day? Just 16 years old, Rinko might be right not to trust Erica on something dangerous. Rinko knows that Erica has shown a maturity beyond her years. She gives Erica an almost sisterly look of skepticism. Rinko's only 16? You know it's not that. Rinko quickly turns back to her monitors and away from Erica. But for all of her maturity, Erica can't quite keep from pouting. Stop making that face. Besides, we've got our very own private detective in the vicinity already. I'll have him take a look. Naruto. The stall is brimming. The stall is brimming as a wide array of customers eat in relative silence, as it should be. The only sound they make is the slurping of their noodles. Thank you. As it should be. And then you wear your mask when you walk away. Right. The owner ignores it, choosing to focus on his meal instead. The phone doesn't care about his hunger and continues to vibrate. Alright, where were we? The phone wins. The peace and solitude have shattered. This is no way to enjoy noodles. It's true. Golly gee willikers. Silent dinner-friendly glances at the screen. He begins to mutter to himself. In other case, these people have me working harder than my enemies ever did. Can't even get 5 minutes to enjoy a nice, quiet lunch. Man, what up, KK? Let me guess, I'll be risking life and limb. That why you let it ring for so long? Too scared to pick up? You know, the exact day I stopped being scared of anything. The day you stopped being a loner and hooked up with us so we can have your back. Here, that works. Besides, I'm not full enough to pretend this team isn't half okay. If you need backup, you know, I'll be there. No questions asked. I actually already volunteered, but right now there's nothing dangerous to be worried about. It's a simple check-in on a report of some suspicious activity that might be connected to these phenomena we've been looking into. It's always the simple cases that go south the fastest. You know what? You're right. Maybe Erica should run point on this one. She's just a kid, but you're so busy. Whoa, hold up. Let's not sacrifice the rookie to make me look bad. I'm already out. Send me the info and I'll get on it. First thing, I need to talk to one of you about something. You know what, on second thought, I've heard everything I need. Just point me in the right direction. I'm sure I can figure out the rest. Oh. Ryota doesn't notice the people passing him on the street. They don't notice him either. He is young, but he is very much alone. His focus is centered on the small bit of paper in his hand. After a couple folds, the paper finds a familiar configuration. With a head, arms, and body, it takes shape. A palm-sized person stands in his hand. As Ryota inspects his creation, someone who has been observing him from afar steps out of the shadows. What have you got there? Ryota looks up. He's nervous, but he clutches the paper towel in his hands to stay brave. He's not running or hiding despite the gruff stranger staring at him. No need to be afraid. I'm not here to do anything bad to you or your little friend. Damn, KK. Out here creeping on kids. I don't like that. Yeah, I admit I've been known to carry the odd paper doll with me on investigations. Strange habit, I know. But you get the benefit of a partner without the annoying small talk. Ryoto's shoulders ease. He lets his guard down as he listens to the detective and re-examines the folded paper. The detective surprised himself with his playful tone. He's rusty, but he somehow feels comfortable talking to the scared kid. Sometimes paper dolls are used for magical purposes. You a sorcerer by chance? Now's the time to tell me. You really are him, huh? Gonna have to be more specific, kid. You're KK, the ghost hunter from the files. You must be. I just thought you'd be taller. They say you solve strange mysteries, right? Yeah, maybe. The detective looks closely at Ryota's phone. He sees the social media post featuring photos of various case files he has worked on collected in one place. Look, I only use those initials because writing out my name is a pain, and I got too much pain already. Not a problem, right? Anyway, that's me, KK, but I'm not a ghost hunter, I'm a detective. KK's demeanor has hardened a bit, dropping the playfulness. You wanted an investigator, kid. Well, you got one. I'm so glad you're going to look into the disappearances at the manholes. Here's the thing, I already made some calls on the way here. There's no record of any recent disappearances. Still got a few friends on the force, so I can dig up dirt quick. KK shoots Ryota a serious look. Not trying to pull a fast one on me, kid, are ya? It's true, honest, my buddy Sasuke. Sasui? 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 Is that Sasui? How do you pronounce? Oh my god. That's okay. Yeah, I had it. Oh my god. Have more confidence in yourself. He hasn't come home since yesterday. Last place I saw him. Man, did anybody check on the village? Damn. Oh, damn. Wow, did I just drop my first? No, I've dropped anime memes in the past. I think it's my first Naruto meme. Last place I saw him was right here. Ryota motions to the alleyway behind him. He went down that way. I tried to follow, but I couldn't find him. He was completely gone. Y'all ever seen Paranoia Agent? It slaps. If Ryota is bluffing, he's an incredible liar. A sadness comes over him when he looks back towards the alley. A couple people thought that the anime stuff, like my anime clothing and stuff like that, was like a front because I don't use a lot of anime stuff in my edits. Not, you're wrong. Love anime. KK looks back and forth from the kid, then to the alleyway behind him. Alleys are dark, but this one looks like it's never seen daylight. See any fog when that happened, the moment he disappeared? Now that you mention it, there has been something spooky around, like a kind of fog or darkness, but it came and then went. Alright. KK mutters something to himself as he eyeballs the alleyway behind Ryota. My god, am I saying Ryota right? Out of place with so much going down in the city, some kid getting lost doesn't exactly seem like front page news. Yeah, that's actually a big problem if you go into the alleyways of Japan. You can get put into areas where not even like traffic goes through, but there's like streets, and it's almost like a liminal space. No car alley streets, Japan. I mean, if you've ever played Yakuza, then you know about like alley streets. But yeah, apparently you can just wander and wander. Right here, Joe Scott. I trust him. I need more to go on, kid. Why are you so convinced he was taken? Didn't happen to anyone else around here. But it did happen to my best friend. Sasuke's been missing for 2 full days. Everyone has been looking, but no one can find him. What about his parents? Have they filed a police report? I'm the only one who really cares about Sasuke. I know he needs me, and no one else is even looking for him anymore. Just me. He's lucky to have you. Yeah. It's like when you saw crows circling above the building in one of the cases you investigated. You knew there was more to it than everyone else. Well, Mr. KK, I know there's more to Sasuke's disappearance. I need your help. Really did your homework, huh? I'm impressed. You're more dedicated than most adults. I was gonna say, when I saw his that comment about his cell phone, that kind of gave me a lot of information about how serious this is to him. This is not something that is just like a passing fantasy. Can I just real quick? I love this edging work here, this edge work. I really like that. I think that's really cool. Really fun way of connecting it all together. Really did your homework. I'm impressed. You're more dedicated than most adults I know. You remind me of my friend Erica. She lost someone too, and she'll never stop fighting for them either. KK takes another glance at the alley. Alright, show me exactly where this Sasuke pal of yours disappeared. Real duck perks up. So you're gonna look into it? I'm here, ain't I? Let me check in with my team, see if they figured anything else out. Could save us some time. KK reaches for his phone. What's up? We're all here. I just need a quick word with one of you to follow up that on what the kid has told me. Oh. But anything else? I know you've been searching all over on your fancy computer. Some worrying details have started to emerge, the type of details that mean he is for sure involved. Social media is starting to fill up with posts about the appearance of a mysterious dark fog. It's been popping up in neighborhoods with similar data sets to the one Ryota called from. School absences are also on the rise. I can't confirm if those represent actual disappearances or just spook kids trading scary stories, but it's clear fear and paranoia are taking hold. Yeah, 2chan. 2chan would have been like, right? 2chan is the Japanese? I don't know. I figured out that much. Oh, really? You carry a fear and a paranoia detector now? Did Ed develop that when I wasn't paying attention? Years on the force are what gave me my fear detector. You can't beat experience. Okay. He's got a little car on his phone. Yeah, it almost looks identical to my phone. Anyways, but I do appreciate your input, even if I already knew it all. Dang, KK. It's time to find Sasuke. Nothing looks out of place, but things are rarely what they seem. KK slowly but deliberately reaches his hand out. He's not holding on to anything, but you would think that he is by the way he's moving. Like he's got something invisible dangling from his fingertips. Ryuji has no clue what he's trying to do, but he watches closely. However, what happens next can only be seen by KK's eyes. As KK opens his fingers, a sparkling orb of energy drops from his hand down to the ground. It ripples like water in a still pond, energy flowing outward into the world. Cool. Strange trail floats into view as though a spirit has passed through this space. Psychic energy. The trail leads further on, deeper into the alley and out of view. Dude, we just finished Mob Psycho Season 3. Banger. Banger. Guess he went that way. Puzzled, Ryoto follows KK's eyeline down the alley, but sees nothing out of the ordinary. What happened? I don't see anything. Trust me, kid. It's good to you can't see it. This is a power you don't want. And you're too young for it. To take a risk like that and change your life forever. The world's a scary place. It keeps getting worse. We're gonna find your friend and get you back to your life. Well, how did we get here? How did we get here? KK and Rinko are in big trouble this time, running like rats, desperate to stay alive, with only dingy old sofa between them and monsters. We better find another exit. Rinko turns to KK and sees him holding his head. He appears to be in great pain. Damn, it's happening again. Your body reacting to the ether? As KK looks at the room, his vision begins to break in half. He tries to focus, but rather than reform, everything continues to split apart even further. Another hallucination, the world is breaking in two. That'd be crystallized ether, another form of matter. Sounds like your body has entered the final stages of affinity. Ugh. From thin air, like phantoms, these horrific visitors appear, surrounding KK and Rinko. Damn, we're surrounded. Is that a vision? Are we gonna go on a Japanese vision quest? Mr. You okay? Huh? Oh. Sorry, kid. My mind can be a little hard to control. You just kinda stood there for a little while. Sometimes my memories take me places. Hate to leave you alone again, but you need to wait here while I look for your pal. Sit tight. Won't be long. A report of Rinko's computer setup flashes on screen. Ed's monitoring software has a hold of something big. The results are clear, spiritual residue, and it's exactly at KK's location. What does it know? We just received an alert. There is a massive surge of spiritual energy at your location. Hold off on pursuing until we are able to send support. Can't wait forever for you guys. And we might have a missing child on our hands. We got plenty of evidence. I know what I'm getting myself into. Remember, fog reports are increasing. There's fear in the streets. It's time to act. Of course, I know those things. I'm the one who told you. I also know how dangerous it's getting out there. This time could be even worse than the last. What if he shows up? Oi, oi. Wish he would. Excited to see that mask snapped in two when I put my fist through it. It's not fair to ask us for help when you think you need us, then use our own words against us when you're too impatient to act as a team. We're in this together. KK decides to address one team member specifically to make his case. The hunger I have to solve this case is as good as any science experiment you could conduct to get to the bottom of it. And how many times have my instincts been proven right by all your high-tech gadgetry? It's not something I keep tally of. The purpose of my work isn't to prove you right, but it happens all the time. I'm out in the streets, pressing into darkness, trusting my instincts. I can't be waiting for you to all download a software update. Feel like you're trivializing my work quite a bit. Of course, I'm extremely thankful when I can assist you, but my primary goal as a scientist and paranormal investigator is much greater than any individual day-to-day goals. And that's exactly my point. We all need to focus on what we do best, and what I do best is not wait around. We can all agree that you're no good at that. I must say, I quite admire your grit, and I do not envy the stress that a city like Tokyo must place on a detective who just wants to do his job. However, I would remind you, in nature, a lone wolf typically isn't alone for long. They are only alone until they find a new pact or become prey themselves. It's true, man. Get yourself a little homie crew. It's important. Everybody's looking for a place to fit in. Just make sure it's a healthy environment. I may be factually correct, but sure as hell takes the coolness out of it. And I mean, like, you're not, like, creepily trying to be racist and you're hiding it. That shit's weird. People catch on. Damn. I can't disagree with that. I just try to act cool in the most responsible way possible. Our pack is stronger with you in it. I'll talk to you later in the middle of investigating. He never was any good at following people's directions. That attitude of his is precisely what saved our hides on countless occasions. You don't think I realize that? Erica smiles, thinking about KK's attitude. It doesn't bother her. Damn, they're everywhere. KK's eyes dart between the two horrific figures and to some incredibly strange glowing crystal that hover nearby. As he tries to speak, KK wheezes painfully. Rinko, what would happen if someone tried to touch one of these, or ether crystals? Your guess is as good as mine. Might give you the power to fight back, might just make you even more miserable. Who can say? What about him? Did it grant him strength? Rinko nods silently. After getting his answer, KK without hesitation stretches his hands out towards the crystals. Wait, stop. Stopping is not an option. Not for any of us. You don't know what will happen. It could kill you. And those things won't. We're dead if we don't try something. We're out of options. Yet, you've thrown away everything to fight these monsters, same as me. There's not a goddamn thing left to lose at this point. Before Rinko can say anything else, KK reaches all the way out. Ether crystals, eh? KK follows the trail of psychic energy deeper into the stark Shibuya alleyway away from the glow of familiar streetlights and vending machines. His venture into the unseen brings him to a manhole cover where the spirit's resued flashes with an eerie reside. Yeah, reside. Residue. Where the spirit residue flashes with an eerie intensity. Okay, the context was difficult there. His venture into the unseen brings him to a manhole cover where the spirit residue flashes with an eerie intensity. Residue. Interesting. Sorry for the cut. This spot is clearly the origin point for whatever spirit is at the center of this mystery. Do they take you this way, Sasuke? KK looks around again and, finding nothing, focuses his attention on this haunted manhole. Spectral vision shows KK a lot more than he thought it might, revealing a glowing specter hovering in this dark and dreary place, the spirit of a man in his 30s. Jibokure. Bakure. A ghost bound to a specific physical location where the death occurred. A jibakure. The jibakure. According to Japanese lore, this type of spirit is trapped in a physical location. Oh, well, yeah. Okay, Spectre, what's keeping you tied down there? The Spectre seems unable to answer him. Instead, he mutters as if distracted or perhaps completely delirious. Either or, maybe both. Spectres aren't especially concerned with politeness or clarity. Neither of us is going anywhere until I get some answers. I need to know, what are you doing here, specifically at this manhole cover? Why haunt this? Well, it's Visa Jibakuri, or however you pronounce it. That's why. This is where he died. And my voice has officially changed, everybody. We are in dry throat mode. Welcome. So just being neighborly, eh? Yes. No, not making friend. Protecting. But he wasn't. It wasn't a kid, though, was it? There was something else. Something lurking in these shadows. Did I die? I think I died. But this isn't what I expected. What was it? Monster? Monster. Spectre points downward. Underneath, huh? KK stares at the manhole as though if he just looks hard enough, he'll suddenly see what lurks in the darkness beneath its cover. He doesn't have to see the specter nod to know he's right. It went that way. Before he can pull up the manhole cover to see for himself, a long shadow creeps in from the edge of the alleyway. Did you find anything? Snooping around is detective business. You don't belong back here. I thought I heard you talking to someone. Who is this youngster? Only I can hear you, so don't bother. Only you can hear me. Well, sure, nobody else is even here. This is turning into a damn clown show. Kid, I need you to stay here while I go down. It's not safe for you there. Not safe, not safe. Monster. How do you know I'll be safe up here? My team's one call away. They'll get here quicker if you're in danger. Weren't you just saying something about being in the middle of an investigation to be too busy to talk to anyone? I can actually use some help. I believe they call it client service. What do you call them, mister? Are they nice like you or nicer? Client services sounds more like babysitting to me. If only you would just wait for us to get there. We play the hand we're dealt, and juggling work and childcare has never been my strong suit. We need a little support. Renko sighs a long, tired sigh of frustration. Frustrated person who knows that in the end, of course, they'll help. She'll always help him, just as he will always help her. And I have the perfect candidate in mind. Yo, Erica! She's the only kid I actually know and like anymore. Hey, KK, you need my help? I can be there ASAP. I do need your help, but it can't wait. My new friend Ryota, the one who called us for help, he's a little afraid of... Is he a little afraid of you? What? No, why would you think that? I mean, yeah, maybe a little. But no, that's not it. Although it'd be better if he did fear me, then I could do my work. Yeah, you aren't really that scary. I think I get it. Let me talk to him. KK hands his phone to Ryota and motions for him to accept this call. Yes? Is this Mr. Ryota? Yes. I'm so excited that I get to speak with you. I have heard that you are quite the investigator. I need help from someone like you. What could I do to help you? Well, our friend who is out there with you, he actually has two missions since he is looking for your friend. Maybe you could swap and look for my friend. If we share the responsibility, I'm sure that we can achieve success together as a team. Suppose I could try to help you since he's helping me. Okay, but first, can you keep it a secret? It's very important and related to this mission. Yes, I'm the best at secrets. I won't tell you know how I know that, but it's true. Okay. My friend is a cat. I put a tracker on her collar that says she is nearby you, in the alley, by your house. I miss her dearly. I'm a little embarrassed to admit it, but some of my best friends are animals. Oh, okay. Those of you who are returning to this know that we talked to cats in Ghostwire Tokyo. For those of you who are watching Ghostwire Tokyo for the first time, we're going to talk to cats and dogs, and it's awesome. Secret is safe with me. What does she look like? She is all black with one white spot and a few white whiskers. Her name is Monet, like the painter, and she really likes to hide. Can you look closely in between and behind all of the vending machines and trash cans? Just to be safe, text me a picture of every dark corner you can find. She is very good at camouflage and easy to miss. I will find your friend. Ryota hands the phone back to KK and turns his attention to the nearest trash can. Phone out, and he seems to be inspecting each side of it. Luckily for you, your new buddy is an animal lover just like me. I've given him a rescue mission to find a missing cat and send me a photo of it. But what if he succeeds? Tons of strays here. You might actually bump into one. Could always use more cat pics texted to me, and maybe he'll give it a home that it needs. Win-win. Now to get down there and find your pal Sasuke. Dirty water splashes under KK's feet as he makes his way through the still darkness of Shibuya sewers. I saw this, it was like an, industrialization idea. So essentially, sewage and all that kind of stuff would be carried one sub level lower than it currently is, and where we have our subways right now, where they would be like transformed into an underground network. So like you could have like electric uh scooter ways, bike ways, like that kind of stuff, like walkways that go like under the cities or under the roads and things like that. And you could make it work by having all of the storm water able to flood that section safely. Like it would be made of material that would be okay to be underwater for a short period of time. And you would also make it so that these tunnels would drain into sewers below it. And apparently it was like considered a really good idea because it would be great for homeless populations that have nowhere else to go because they can get out of bad weather. But you know, the same question is if it flood is, how dangerous is it? How many access ways out would there be? How many public access ways into it would there be? How far would they stretch? Could they stretch like miles? Like it's kind of like a crazy concept, but it's for like um these specific areas, these tunnel ways that connect everywhere. I don't know. I think it's cool. Subways connect. The further he goes, the darker it gets, but not because of any change in light. No, this darkness is unnatural. In fact, it's not darkness at all. It's advanced darkness. Whoa. But the air itself is rejecting him. This corruption flows between worlds and reaches around him, blocking KK's way. How long has it been building up right below our feet? Is it like this everywhere? As KK goes deeper, the Kegar only increases. Kegar? Whatever. Kegare. There's definitely something here if there's this much corruption swirling around. Nothing I can't handle, though. Alone in the darkness, KK summons his power and... Hold X. Cleanse the corruption, returning the sewer to its normal state. That's better, minus the stink. With the Kegare now cleared, as if they were waiting for a moment of safety, someone appears. Sasuke? Is that you? Small boy avoids KK look, turning his back and picking at something on the wet ground. Splish, splash, splish, splash. Hey, you kid, are you? Can you hear me? Are you hiding from something? Take a bath. Take a bath. Come on, kid. This isn't the time or place. Answer me. I'm not trying to scare you, but you gotta work with me here. In the vast darkness of the sewer, the sound of KK's phone suddenly rings out, the tiny chime echoing back and forth around the hollow space. The boy in the raincoat doesn't seem to notice. He must be very preoccupied. I'm close. I found Sasuke, but I'm worried he won't... Oh. Muffled sounds. Down so far, the signal to KK's phone is barely holding out. He can only make out a few sounds and struggles to make out what words they might be forming. Muffled sounds. Hello? Anybody out there? Rinko, is that you? Ed? Erica? Who is this? Erica, can you hear me? Are you with Ryota? Can you ask him? Was Sasuke wearing a yellow raincoat? Scratchy connection makes it almost impossible to understand. Sasuke. Sasuke. It's about Sasuke? Not... Erica, I can't understand. Sasuke is not what? Not Sasuke. The call cuts out, the phone going dead in KK's hand. Oh, no. Damn. Enough screwing around, Sasuke. That's not Sasuke. Just like that, finally, as if called by his mother to come to dinner, the child responds. He stands up. and turns to KK with his dead, evil eyes. If you're not Sasuke, you're the monster. KK raises his hand and calls forth an energy that he discovered that day long ago. A day he found his back against the wall, reaching out and touching the ether crystal. Ever heard of ethereal weaving, monster? Energy surges into KK's hand, green light winding and glowing, charging around his fingertips. The increasing bright light glows, illuminating the tunnel. And in that moment, standing in the center of the tunnel, we can see this monster, this raincoat visitor, just in time for it to press a child's whistle to its mouth and... At a stranger's fingertip lies KK, now a prisoner. I need my subject to remain calm, or else nothing will get done. Despite being captive, KK flashes the stranger a fierce glare. You son of a bitch. Hello, my new friend. I'm keen to see how useful your vessel turns out to be. The stranger takes something out and holds it in his hand. An amulet, though clearly not simply for decoration, surges with power. He looks for the amulet and back to KK and smiles. As the monster's little raincoat visitor blows his whistle, he steps back into the shadowy darkness. Running away, huh? But he's not running away at all. In fact, he's only making space for two much larger, far more horrifying visitors to show up and challenge KK. I've been waiting to run into you again. Let's go, you bastards. Damage a single visitor with a wind attack. Visitors perish after 2 hits. Let's go, you bastards. The umbrella visitor is injured. An umbrella visitor attacks. Damage a single visitor with a visitor attack. The umbrella visitors are frozen in place. Only one stun talisman left. Okay. A barrier appears in front of KK. An umbrella visitor attacks, but its attack is deflected by the barrier. The barrier is broken. One umbrella visitor is injured. An umbrella visitor attacks. Boom! Barrier appears in front of KK. An umbrella visitor attacks, but its attack is deflected by the barrier, and the barrier is broken. Good. The umbrella visitor is injured. You're done. Ethereal weaving. The fight now over, the sewer is oddly calm again. KK sweeps the space, looking for any clues that may be left behind. Why would a pack of monsters manifest their evil here? But then, he sees it affixed to one wall of the tunnel. A wooden tag, sometimes called a kafuda. This must be what summoned those things. KK reaches out and take the kafuda down, but as his fingertips approach it, oh, Rinko? God damn it, Rinko! Erica? KK feels a big, quick thump through his body. When he looks down, he sees someone else's arm stabbing through his chest. It's horrifying. Black smoke rushes out of his body. Looking back up, KK sees a man wearing a Hanya mask. You're... As KK comes to, he realizes that he is in the tunnel once again. No, still, he looks at his chest. It's totally fine. No gaping hole, not even a scratch. Sweating, breathing heavy, his mind races. It was a horrible dream, maybe a vision? He grips the kafuda in his hand. I won't let him get away with this. So hard that it smashes into pieces. At that moment, KK realizes he's not actually alone, distracted by his fury. He had missed the approach of someone new. Who's there? Surprised, he spins to face this entity, but before he can raise his other hand, KK emerges from the tunnel to find Ryota waiting with the rest of the team. You made it. Of course I did. I hope you weren't too worried. It's good to see you in the welcoming party. Embarrassing to admit it, but I actually was starting to get a little worried. Rinko and Ed's monitoring systems was off the charts, all kinds of activity around here. And then when we got here, you were gone and didn't come right back up. It was a long few minutes to trying to play it cool. If I had lost you, what would I have left? What would I have left? Not very much, I'm afraid. There are plenty of things in your life more worthy than me. That's just it, I guess. I am being selfish, I think. When I see you, when I think about everything you've been through, I know that we are similar people, except you're much stronger. If you didn't survive, how could I ever? Maybe we're not totally the same on the surface or whatever, not all the time, not all the same, but the loss that you've experienced deep down, if anyone could possibly understand that, it's you. Please, Erica, don't focus on me. Sure, I came back this time, but it could have gone the other way. It's hard to explain to someone young like you who's been through so much, but has their whole life ahead of them. You got to live for yourself. Can't help anyone else's situation till you get control of your own. I know your heart, it may be broken with what your father did to your family, and I'll never forgive him, but those broken pieces are in the right place. You need to be strong for yourself, then you can stand beside me and Rinko and Ed, and we can put our lives on the line for the people we love together. And even then, things are going to be fine. Just wait and see. Safely above ground, reunited with his team, KK turns his attention to the original source of all his drama, his young client, Ryota. You were never going to tell me, were you? Sasuke isn't your best friend, he's your dog. He's my dog and my best friend. KK steps back nervously as Sasuke tries to jump into his lap, to hell wagging. Oh, calm down. He just wants to be pet. Jeez. What is going on? Who'd have thought that such a tough-as-nails former detective would have such a strong phobia around dogs? Oh. Don't have to broadcast it, alright? Don't be scared. Sasuke loves everyone. Maybe you should draw the line at loving monsters and following them into the sewer. Ryota hugs his dog and gets a face full of licks in response. KK relaxes slightly, seeing how harmless this little dog is, but still keeps some distance. Thank you so much for bringing him safely, Mr. KK. Mr. KK, what an adorable alias. When he says, did you start going by this new short nickname, KK? I suppose it has a fun ring to it. Not quite as formal as your full name. Before we get too sidetracked, as the lead investigator on this one, you've got some paperwork to do, KK. Not sure what's worse, fighting monsters or filing all of these damn forums. It's obvious that you prefer the fighting to paperwork. KK scribbles out a few quick lines, only Ed can read them. Hey kid, this is for you. Oh, is it a prize for helping you find that ghost? Almost, it's the bill. Ryota's face sinks as he is left holding the check. Lucky for you, today's work is pro bono. That means free. Consider this your receipt. I'm feeling generous right now. Rio looks closely at the paper in his hand. It says, the case of the cursed manhole, extermination complete. KK. Leaning in over his shoulder, Rinko lets out an uncharacteristically loud burst of laughter. Oh, now I get it. You didn't choose the nickname KK. Sloppy paperwork chose it for you. There's a lot in this life that we don't get to choose. Call me what you like. Not like I've got any use for a real name these days, and definitely not one of my old names. Doesn't matter what anyone calls me, so long as I find that bastard. KK gazes, looks fierce as though he's recalling a bitter past. He's like... Reflected in his eyes, Ryota, who looks pleased to have received KK's autograph. KK's expression softens up in response. That's that. I guess KK's not so bad. That's it. Awesome. Yeah, that was cool. Fun little side story.